video on how to check your grades in Canvas after I've graded them. And whether you're in this section of Guidance 507 or another one, the process is still the same. So I'm using this course as an example, but it works for any course, any of my courses anyways, and probably across Canvas as well with other classes. So what you'll see is that I'm using this thing called Student View because I'm the teacher and my stuff looks different. But they have this thing called Student View so I can view it as you guys view it. So it says that down here. Yours won't have this pink thing. That's what it is. So what you will see is when I've graded stuff, you'll see this little number here that tells you how many assignments have been graded. And this is week 1 grades for this particular class. So there's 4 things that I have graded. 2 of them are regular assignments and 2 of them are extra credit. So to check your grade, you're going to click on grades. Now, it's really important that you check your grades because I make comments on all of your stuff and I want you to know how you did and if you messed up on something so you can learn from it instead of making the same mistakes. You'll see your total grades listed up here. So it says I've got 117% in the class. So right now that's an A+. That's over 100%. And that's because I've gotten points for assignments, but I've also gotten points for extra credit assignments. So you'll see here the name of the assignment. It's a little wonky, but it says discussion, meet and greet. Then there's the purchase textbooks. And then here's assignments that haven't been graded yet. And then down at the bottom will be the extra credit and it's separated. I have the grades separated into different sections. So like discussions will be with other discussions, quizzes and tests will be with quizzes and tests, extra credit will be with extra credit, success center activities, the ones that are worth 500 points apiece will be in their own section too. Okay, so we're going to start by checking this assignment, discussion, meet and greet. So I could just click on this and it'll take me to the assignment. So if I go here, it will just take me to the assignment. And it'll say the comments over here. Please read the discussions more carefully. But you'll notice I can't really see I can see my total score here, but I can't see the point breakdown. Now there's this thing here called show rubric. So you can just click this and it shows you how I grade your assignments. Okay, so student adds a face picture, 2 points. And I got 2 out of 2. Student introduces themselves and states who they are. I got 2 out of 2. Student copies and pastes the questions from the list and answers them. So I have a comment down here that says you didn't use 5 complete sentences for each answer. So I got 0. And then down here, it says I got 0 in this section. Student reads in response to 2 students' posts. I got 0. Now, if I'm like, what the heck? I can click on view longer description. And it says responses must be 5 sentences each and must use good spelling, grammar, and punctuation. So those are things that, your answers have to get all the points. And then here, I can read the longer description. It says, same thing. I got to have 5 sentences per question. And then the face pick, there's no longer description there. And introduces themselves, nothing there, because I think it pretty much says it right there. Okay, so down here you'll see, and you'll see this on a lot of the assignments. There might be 1 or 2 along the way that don't have it, but there's a lot of different, I forget what we even call these. They are badges. So there's different badges that you can get. So one of the badges you can get is openness to new experiences. And here's the long description. So adapts to new situations, to changing circumstances, and to different environments. And so I can give you 1, 2, 3, or 4. To get the badge, I think you have to get 4 different ones in the same category at a 3 or 4. So I got a 2. So that's not going to count towards me getting the badge because I'm still working on that. And then positive interactions, I got a 4, but honestly, I probably shouldn't have gotten anything because I didn't even do that part of the assignment. So I think the teacher kind of messed up. Anyways, that is the rubric, and it tells you a little bit about how you're doing in the class. It will give you your total points at the bottom. So it looks like I got 4 points on this assignment out of 20, which is a terrible grade. That's an F. I did not do a good job. So at least I know for next time. Okay, so now I'm back here, and there's also, I can click on these things. So this, if I click here, it'll give you the comments. So this is the same comment that we read in the other view. Please read the directions more carefully. There's a minimum sentence requirement for each part of the assignment, and discussions always require you to go back to the discussion and respond to other students after you finish your portion. That's what discussions are about. It's about interaction with other students. So if you see the name discussion at the front, that means you have to respond to other students once you post your thing. And if you don't, you'll lose points. Okay, here, if you click on this, it's going to show you the rubric in more of a wide view, so it's a little easier to see. It's just a different view, and that's great. So there's a couple different ways you can check things, and that's good, right? Okay, so I'm going to close the rubric again. Now, I just want you to know that in the actual assignment, like if I were to go to the discussion meet and greet, I could access the, let me show you this because I'm going to go to discussions really quick and we'll go back because I want you to see. Okay, so the discussion meet and greet, if I click on it here, it's going to take me to the assignment, right? So you can actually go up here and click on show rubric. So you can see how I'm going to be grading you before you do the assignment. So you can look and see where you can get all your points. And I actually think it's a good idea for you to look at the rubrics before you do your assignments. Now, for discussions, the rubrics are hidden and they're up here in the 3 dots, okay? But for other assignments, they're at the bottom, like underneath the assignment. You go all the way to the bottom, they'll be down here. So let me show you that. I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to go to assignments just so I can kind of show you that. So purchase your textbooks and day planner. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to show you where the rubric is. So let's see, where is our rubric? Normally it is right underneath. Should be. Oh, you know what? I don't have one for this assignment. That's why. So I think just because that's the first assignment, I don't put it there. But let's look at one of these future ones. So these are ones that are not, we haven't turned in yet, but they have rubrics. So they're at the bottom. So you can see here, there's 20 points. 10 points are for signing the contract. 10 points is for writing a question or comment to me at the end. And you can see like right here, you need to write your question. Up here, you sign and date it. You do need to do that in DocuSign. So anyway, back to what we were doing. So I'm going back to grades. And now it says 3 there because we've already checked one of the assignments. Okay, so we're going to look at purchase your textbooks and day planner. So if you had submitted something, your submissions would be like your media content, like your photos would be here. And we would be able to see that here. And it looks like there's a comment. Great job. So I guess I did it correctly. I can see my grade up here, 30 out of 30. There's no rubric on this assignment, so we can't check that for this assignment. Okay, but we can also click on this, and it says great job. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the extra credit assignments. Now I want you to just see how I do the extra credit. So we have, for this class, we have extra credit Zoom office hour meetings. So I can click on that. And it's going to say, okay, look, I got 15 points for attending on 2/8/23. Now, as there's more added, I will just add them here so you'll see them. And then your points will get added each time. So there'll be 15 here, and then I'll add another 15, and another 15, and another 15 if you attend additional ones, and those points will continue. And you'll see it's at a 0 because it is extra credit. Some extra credits I have out of 1 point because Canvas is a little glitchy, and sometimes when you put 0 points on certain assignments, it just kind of glitches. So if it does that, I have to add 1 point. Okay, now here we have the miscellaneous extra credit, and I'm going to be adding miscellaneous extra credit here throughout the term for many things. So I do extra credit for a lot of stuff. So you should pay attention because a lot of times in the announcements, I will ask you, if you do this, you'll get extra credit. Or we'll have a contest, and whoever wins will get extra credit. All that extra stuff goes here unless I tell you I'm putting it in the actual assignment itself. So you'll see your miscellaneous points here throughout the term. And that's it, okay? So you'll go back and look over your grades. It'll be wonderful. Now, let's say, okay, I want to check out my total grade. So I'm back here in just the regular grades. Now, here's my percentage, which is great. So at the very bottom here, it'll give my points. So it'll say I've got 60 points out of 51 points. So that means I've done enough extra credit to where I have more points than the points that are available in the class. And you'll see this grow as the semester goes on. And you'll get your percentage here. Oh, geez, my phone's going off. Two calls at the same time. Very odd. Sorry. So anyway, that is it. That is pretty much what you need to know about checking your grades. And please, please, please check your grades and check the comments to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. Of course, if you have questions, you can always text me at 909-224-1204, or you can email me, amy.borgie@chafee.edu. And that's all.